So I made a video a couple days ago and you guys loved it when I talked about Boeing stock. Now I have another oversold stock that I think some of you might like. But let me know down in the comment section what you think about this. And again, make sure you drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Let me go ahead and start sharing my screen, and this is ticker symbol SAVE. SAVE on the day is up 17% and aftermarket hours is up 11.5%. Now why is it moving so much? Well, it's because yesterday it lost 30%. I'm sorry, a few days ago. I've been added this to my watch list about 2 to 3 days ago. And that was after the announcement that the merger that it had pending was blocked by the US. It went from $15 a share all the way down to $4. And look at this. I did take a small position when it was trading in the $5 to $6 range during my live trading session with the LPP team. I did it for fun. I did it with about $500 and I walked away with $127 profit, which again yielded a decent return, but it was again a high risk, high reward type of move. I normally trade with $500,000, so again, $500,000 to $500. You can see how much and how risky I thought SAVE is. And my opinion hasn't changed about it. The reason that it sold off, I want to explain to you, and then I'm going to explain to you why it's moving up. The reason that it sold off is Spirit Airlines is going through some debt issues, and there was a potential merger of them getting bought out. There was a merger that was going to happen, but the US blocked it because potentially it could become or be viewed as a monopoly. That is why it was blocked, and because of that rejection, it put Spirit Airlines in an unfortunate scenario where they need to get out of their debt situation, or are they going to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy and go bankrupt? Stock sold off, right? Initially when that news came out. It sold off the remaining day. You have to think about this. I want to not just talk about the good, but also the bad. It originally sold off 61%. The following day, it sold off an additional like 24%, if I'm not mistaken. When it hit lows of $4, overall, it was down 71%. Now, this was just yesterday, from lows of $4 to now highs of $7.34. You can see that overall return is about 75%. I want to remind you, when something sells off, it loses its value. For it to have to recover, it almost needs to make up twice that amount just to get back to that previous price point. So again, with great opportunity comes great responsibility. I even want to take a further step back. SAVE, also known as Spirit Airlines, has not been the best performing stock. It's been consistently selling off with lower lows and lower highs. The reason that it's moving up after market hours, as you can see it gapped up, is because Spirit Airlines are up 12% after the company plans to appeal of merger rejection. So they're just going to try again. And because of that simple news, it gapped up 12%. Now, if the appeal process does get approved, if they do end up getting approved, then yes, Spirit Airlines could potentially go back to plus $15 a share. But if it doesn't, then again, what it just gained is most likely going to be given back, because remember, things get factored in instantly into the market. And you can see that the people like the idea of Spirit Airlines appealing this decision, because it would hopefully bring it back to its previous price point. You could see how this could be a high risk, high reward type of play. But I thought, since we talked about Boeing stock just a couple of days ago, shortly following the news of that sell-off, a lot of you guys liked the value that it offered. It sold off from highs of 267. It sold off to lows of 200. And since that video, it's already back up to 214. It's still getting rejected by that EMA and still descending, but it's been a nice little recovery up until this point. We'll see if it actually breaks above and gets that confirmation. But when it comes down to SAVE, we have no indication of that reversal just yet. It is trying to recover, but we are far from that EMA line. And in my opinion, SAVE is much riskier than Boeing. Boeing has a history of being extremely bullish over a long period of time. SAVE doesn't necessarily have that same track record. So again, I like to talk about stocks. I like to talk about the good, but I also like to talk about the bad, because there's always risk behind every single one of these trades. If SAVE were to go back to the previous price point that it was just 2 weeks ago, that would be a 125% return. Now, it sounds great, right? There's a lot that goes into it. Remember, this block of the merger is what sent the stock free falling. And if it doesn't actually end up merging or finding a solution, then yes, Save can continue to get cheaper, and it is going to get closer and closer to the idea of potentially filing for bankruptcy. But if Save does get this appeal approved and gets closer to this potential merger, then yes, possibly Save can make it back to $15 to $16 a share. So for those that like that high risk, high reward type of approach, I thought that I would bring it to your attention. But again, let me know down in the comment section what you think about Save, but also if there's a stock that you're watching right now that you think I would be interested in, let me know down in the comment section with the ticker symbol, and I would love to add it to my watch list if it meets my criteria. Again, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, I do trade live every single morning right at market open, and I hope to see you there on Monday. If you want to tune on in, it's the second link in the description down below. I hope and wish you guys an amazing weekend. Don't forget to subscribe. And also, don't forget our Tesla giveaway is coming to an end. And that is the fourth link in the description down below. We're doing 20x entries. And again, it's the final 48 hours. You don't want to miss out. So make sure you enter. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.